Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Friday. It is time to do the Hot 10 list. I'm getting this out a little later than normal. I went and played golf today, so that's why the video is being loaded so late in the day. This list comes out every Friday afternoon, and it's a good list. I think Ben does a great job. There's some really key books that seem to be moving. It spans from older books to newer books. I think it's a nice list to reference. So let's jump into it. First off, we've got some honorable mentions. Famous Funnies, number 212. Famous cover by Frank Frazetta. 2 copies sold in the past week. A 5.5 went for auction on Heritage Auctions for $3,300. And a 7.5 sold for $4,500 on eBay. Looks like the eBay buyer got a really good deal. Comparison sake, a 5.0 sold in September for $2,000, and a 6.0 sold one day before COVID, so it had to be almost a year ago, for $886. Wow. Talk about terrible timing. So, there's a lot of Frazetta fans out there. It's a cool cover. 1940s, 1950s, Buck Rogers. I mean, it's definitely a piece of history. I don't think it's a great Frazetta cover. I mean, Frazetta's drawn way better stuff than this, but it's early in his career when he had more of a traditional style, a comic book style. The next one on the list is Star Wars, The Clone Wars, The Sith Hunters. Everything Star Wars is doing well. Apparently in this book is the first appearance of a character named Tatsu and Mother Talzin. $100 book in raw condition right now. Thanks to our own Ben C. for this info a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, everything Star Wars is doing well because of Mandalorian, although right now I think Disney is taking a little bit of a hit. I canceled my Disney Plus subscription. To be honest, I've enjoyed Mandalorian. I enjoyed WandaVision. I think WandaVision was a little slow to begin with, but it ended up being fairly good at the end. I don't know. I don't want to give them my money anymore. I mean, they canceled Gina Carano for saying things that I don't think were all that inflammatory, especially compared to her co-star Pedro Pascal, who said things that were way worse than what she said. You don't have to believe me. Go check it out for yourself. There's plenty of YouTube channels that have documented this. There's plenty of websites that will give you the information. I'm not going to provide it for you, but it definitely is hypocritical of Disney to let her go. Obviously, they're a company. They can make decisions all they want, but there are consequences and blowbacks, and I got to imagine there's going to be some people canceling their Disney subscriptions. We won't know the impact of this probably for another 3 or 4 months. We'll see what kind of impact it really had. I don't know. It may not be that impactful, but I canceled my subscription. So, and I don't think I'm going to renew it, to be honest. I'd rather pirate it than to give them my money. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. Number 10 is Batman. Number 96, the Jorge Jimenez 1 in 25 variant, the Clown Hunter. First appearance of the Clown Hunter in this issue. That's his first cover appearance as well. I picked that up a long time ago for about $40. I figured this might be a key issue in the long term. The question is the Clown Hunter Red X? I agree. It's probably not him. It's probably Damian Wayne or somebody from the future. I don't know. It could be something like that. That's a lot of speculation on this. We won't know for probably a few more issues, but yeah, it was a $50 to $60 book, so it's been a book that's held pretty well over the past year. Now it moved up to about $80 to $100. I like it. I think it's a great cover. I didn't buy too many of these design covers. I bought the Punchline one, and I bought this one. That was about it. So it's in my collection for the long term, and I think this book has a lot more legs to it than whether this Clown Hunter is Red X. I don't think he is, but I think the Clown Hunter is still going to be a major villain archetype in the future of the Batman books. So I think it's a good one to own. Number 9 is Amazing Spider-Man number 257. Not new speculation. This has been kind of talked about quite a bit over the past year. It's the first appearance of Ned Leeds as Hobgoblin. Still seems a stretch for that character to show up in Spider-Man 3. I guess there was a comment by Tom Holland that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are not in the movie. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on here, but I've not been a big fan of Spider-Man for a while now. I don't care for Nick Spencer's run. I don't think it's that good. I think the art is subpar. I don't know a lot of people that are collecting Amazing Spider-Man. I definitely think that there's some great key issues in the past. I don't think this is one of them. I would rather put the money towards first appearance of Carnage, first cameo of Carnage, or first appearance of Venom. I think those are books that are far more worthy of putting your money into. So I would avoid that one if I were you. Number 8 is X-Force #1, the polybag with Deadpool card. So apparently all things comic cards lately have been going up like crazy. I'm gonna have to dig through. I think I have a box of Marvel Masterpiece cards somewhere, and I think I literally bought them, opened them, put them in a container, and I don't think I've touched them since. So they could be worth money. It's a 1992 set, so I'll have to pull that out and see what I have. I believe I have the whole set. I remember collecting X-Force back in the day. I don't remember if I kept any of the books or any of the cards. I'll have to look through my collection. I might have an X-Force #1 in my collection somewhere. Again, huge print run. This book is selling between $30 and $40, mainly because people are cracking it open to pull the card out and sending the card in to get graded. So already there's been a couple of these Deadpool cards on eBay selling between $150 to $300. It's kind of nuts. I don't know. Who knows what's going on there? So just be careful. Seems very speculative at this point. Number 7 is Something is Killing the Children. #1, the regular A cover. 9/8s are approaching $500. This was a $50 9.8 book pre-COVID. It's a pretty big rise for a independent title. I mean, I've said it. This, besides Walking Dead and Saga, I can't think of an independent title that has done quite as well as Something is Killing the Children. In fact, I did a whole video about this. If you look back on my videos, I did one titled Something is Killing My Wallet. It's a full expose of the series and the comic books that I have in my collection. So go back and check that out if you're interested. I think I did a pretty good analysis of that series. It's a good series by Tinian, and it continues to be hot. All these variant covers have come out lately. They're all on fire, and of course that's also driving the price of issue #1. The question is this going to be the next Saga? I don't think it will. Too high, too fast. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely risen pretty quickly. There definitely could be a lull in. I mean, issue 4 and 5 are going for really good money. I mean, that seems a little crazy. I could see issue 1, being sought after. But I don't think $500 is too crazy for a really good series. I don't think the print run was too huge on this, and a lot of people didn't pick this up. So I'm glad I have a copy in my collection. It's definitely a 9/8. Maybe one of these days I'll grade it if I ever want to sell it. But yeah, I'm happy to say I've got that in my collection. So I've got at least 2 out of the 4 books so far. I might have that X-Force, so it might be 3 for 4. We'll see. Number 6 is Uncanny X-Men 266, first appearance of Gambit. 9/8s are selling between $750 and $775, up from around $600 a month ago. This is for direct editions. I believe mine is a direct edition. I have a nice copy, raw copy. It's not graded, but I think it's either a 9.4 to 9.6. I don't think it's a 9.8. Who knows, though? With the press, it doesn't have any spine ticks, but these days, I think the grading standards have been lowered a little bit. So if I say it's a 9.6, it might be a 9.8. I don't know. Who knows these days? But the newsstand 9.8s are really tough to find in this book. Yeah, I mean, this is a hot book. The print run on this is pretty decent. It's pretty high. Yeah, I think it's always going to be a book that people are interested in. So I think that's a good one to target if you don't have it already. Number 5 is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #1. Definitely has a low print run on this book. Not a lot of people were interested in this title. Pre-orders were very low on this. That's why the price has been pretty strong. It's been strong on this for a while. 9/8s are selling between $275 to $350. After the voice cast was announced this week for the animated show, coming next year, I guess having Morpheus as the Beyonder is definitely a good thing. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne, I guess, is going to be voicing one of the characters, or I guess the Beyonder he's going to be voicing. Will probably be a super fun show. So yeah, that book could continue to rise. So that's a good one to look at if you could find a deal on one. I would try to find a really good high-grade raw copy if you can. eBay might be tough. I think you might be better off looking in local comic book shops. I don't think you're going to find it real cheap, but you could find a shop that has it maybe for $50 to $100. And if it's a really high-grade copy, that might definitely be worth picking up. So keep your eye out for that one. The next one is cover #1, Brian Michael Bendis, David Mack. It's being optioned by HBO. The cover A went from a $4 book to $20 to $25. I will say that I do have faith that HBO will make a good show. Has anyone read this? Is it good? Ben asks. I remember reading it. I don't remember it being good. I may still have it in my collection. I remember buying it. I think I may have resold it. I think I had like one of the B covers that was pretty cool, and I think I resold it for like twice what I paid for it. I may have to look. I'll have to look though. I may have that book. I don't know. We'll see. Number 3 is Avengers 186. I definitely have this book. I just bought 2 copies. One of them, they were basically 2 comic lots. So some of these older books, when they, this was a YouTube video I watched, so before the Hot 10 list came out, I think like 3 days ago, I saw the spec on this. And already there were copies on eBay selling between $100 and $200, which is nuts. I found a couple nice, decent copies in a comic lot. So that's a good tip for you guys. If it's a book like Avengers, it's an older book. Sometimes you can find it searching by Avengers comic lot. And I think I paid like $40 for one, and it had like 10 different books. And the other one I paid like $60 for. So I paid a little higher for the second one, but the second one looks to be in a really high grade. I don't have that one in hand yet. I should get it this weekend. The one I paid like $30 or $40 for, it's probably like a 7 to 7.5, a decent condition, but not fantastic. Who knows? This is definitely spec. This demon character, it's his first appearance. His name is Chaton. I think it's Chton. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Chaton. I don't know, something like that. That could be a good one. This is definitely a tough book to find a high grade because of the black cover. I may have one copy that's in the 9.0 range or above. We'll have to see. I haven't gotten it yet. But the one I got in the mail the other day is like a 7 to 7.5. So nothing too great to write home about. The next one, number 2 on the list, is Taskmaster. Number 3, the Shane Davis 1/25 variant. I was all over this book. I posted about this a week ago. I told everybody, try to pick this up around $30 to $40, maybe even pay as high as $50. A couple of you listened to me. I had a couple people message me saying they picked it up based on my recommendation. I got my copy in the mail today of Taskmaster number 3, the Shane Davis. It's in pretty good shape, but you know how Marvel uses this cheap paper. It's definitely got some, if I was going to get this graded, this is all pressable, but you see it how it has that, it's still a near mint book, but it definitely would need a press if I was going to get this graded, but it would grade 9.8 if it was pressed. Edges are perfect, no flaws on it other than that wrinkling, which is just because I don't know if it's humidity, Marvel's cheap paper, combination. I don't know. It's a cool looking cover. Shane Davis, I'm not a huge fan of his art, but I think he did a really good job on this cover. I like the composition of it. I like that the Taskmaster is in the silhouette. I think that's pretty cool. And one of the things that makes this book very valuable is not too many shops ordered 25 copies of the A cover to get this one incentive cover. So this is going to be a really hard book to find. If you go on eBay right now, there's one for sale, and it's an auction. And it's already up to like $60, $70, and there's still 5 days left on it. So, yeah, this is going to be probably a $150 to $200 book. I predicted that it would be that high. Go back and check my Instagram post. I talked about this and recommended picking this up in that $40 to $50 range. Some of you did, and I think you'll be well rewarded. This is definitely at least a $150 book right now. So, yep, it's a nice one, and it's very scarce. You're not going to find a lot of copies out there. Most comic book shops did not get this. So that's what I'm hearing anyways. Well, we'll see. All right, number 1 on the list is Silver Surfer number 3. I have a nice copy of this in my collection. It was number, I think, 2 or 3 last week on the list, so it's definitely been moving up. More speculation on the WandaVision show that maybe it's Mephisto that's pulling the strings. Mephisto's been involved with Scarlet Witch in the comic books in the past. 9.0 just sold for $3,700, 3 times the prior all-time high. That's just this week. That's crazy. I paid $250 for my copy, and I think mine's a 7.0 to a 7.5. It might be, with a press, it might get to an 8.0. So I've got a nice copy. Considering I only paid $250 for it, I'm pretty sure I could get a lot more than that now. It's a really nice copy. It has no spine ticks. It has one crease in the one corner, a little bit of spine roll, and that's about it. I have a really, really clean copy. And I'm being, ultra conservative on the grade, so who knows what it would grade out if it was pressed and all that good stuff. But I like to see that at the top of the list. That's a book that I've wanted for a long time. I found a really, really good deal on it a couple years ago. If you go back and look at my videos in the past, I definitely posted a video about this. So I was all over this book early on, telling people it's a good one to have in the long-term collection. I don't think this is a good flip book. I think it's just one of those books you buy and put away, and years and years down the road, this should be a pretty high-end book. So that's your Hot 10 list, guys, for the week ending Friday, February 12th. I did get another book in the mail today. I got another copy of Encoded number 1. This was a Midtown purchase. They had it for pre-order, so this is my 4th copy. I've got, I believe, 3 more coming to me. Yeah, I've got 3 more coming. So I went pretty heavy on this book. It's doing well so far. I think it's at least a $50 to $60 book right now. There were a couple sales higher than that, but yeah, I just love that cover. I've been talking about that book for a while. Another book I got in the mail today, which is really cool looking. It's a Scout Comics exclusive. It's a nice artist by the name of Carla Cohen. I just love it. It's, I guess the title is Girin number 1. This is limited to 100 copies. It's a metal cover. I love metal covers. There's just something to it. I just love a metal cover. Obviously, it's beautiful work by Carla Cohen. It's number 76 out of 100. It was only $50 for this book. I thought that was a pretty good deal for a metal cover. Who knows, if this title ever gets optioned, whatever, this book could obviously blow up, but I just like the cover, and it's a metal cover. So anytime I can pick up a cover that I like and it's metal for under $100, I think that's a big win. I don't know, could be a couple of these for sale. I checked a couple days ago, and I think there was still a few available for sale at scoutcomics.com. So you have to buy it directly from Scout Comics. So that's what I had for you guys. Happy Friday. Hope everyone had a great week, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. I might do another live stream this weekend, so I'll post a notification if I do that. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this list, what you thought of the reviews, and I will see you guys later this weekend. Have a good night.